They're good to go whenever you are.
We're ready. Let's go. Let's get started. We have a long evening. Father God, we thank you for the little bit of rain you sent us and ask you for a little more. We ask you would preside over this meeting tonight and that things would go the way that you want them to go. We thank you for our country, and we just lift it up to you. We got a lot of issues these days. We just thank you for the way you bless us. In Jesus' name, amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible. If you signed a sheet to talk at the beginning, if you'd come on up. Art, you have something you'd like to say? Right now, yes, sir.
I'd just like to address item 4. Couple of thoughts on the salaries that I noticed in the paper. One thing is that you might want to consider having a range on these salaries that would allow you to deal with longevity. In other words, Judge, if you were to serve 2 or 3 terms, it would be similar to longevity amongst employees, where you would step up based on the amount of time in office. Just a thought. And the second item, I would like to commend the sheriff. He's done a tremendous job. And if you all approve an item further down on the list, the Commissioners Court will be assigning additional duties to the sheriff to help protect the livestock industry in Goliad County. He's done a tremendous job, and I want to commend him for that. And I'd like for y'all to take that commendation into consideration on the sheriff's salary. Thank you.
Brian Yonta.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Commissioners. I was going to speak to y'all about item number 15, the interlocal agreement between the Goliad County Livestock Coalition and the Goliad County Sheriff. We believe as a coalition has come together, this is a very important issue. It's one that we haven't received national attention on it, but we soon will. The Protect the Harvest is actually working on a story that they're going to be putting out, talking about the issues that happened back in June. And I wanted to share with y'all a map of what we're up against as far as animal welfare issues are concerned. Our county fairgrounds is on that map that the Humane Society is looking at. And so we wanted to form our own animal welfare committee, and I brought it up to my county agent cohorts, and they about bit my head off because they didn't understand the issue. And we're doing the exact opposite of what the Humane Society would have us to do. We're going to care for our livestock here in this county with the help from the sheriff. We don't need outside help. And we've been working with J. Pete Laney, who's online today. He's listening. He's assisted us. Rob Baimani, he did a great job putting together the contract or the interlocal agreement that we would like to see passed today. But I cannot tell you the groundswell of support for this issue that just plain grassroots people have got together and started this coalition, Goliad County Livestock Coalition. So I'd like for y'all to consider that issue, item number 15. And also, if y'all have some free time, just to understand what can happen in county government. If you have a Netflix account, you can go to The Stand at Paxton County and watch this movie, and it's almost exactly what took place here in this county, and the coalition never wants to see that happen again. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we're going to start on page 26, our pullouts, the consent agenda. Commissioner Morales, $479.92. Motion to approve, please.
So move.
Second.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
One abstention.
Motion carries. Page 30, Commissioner Bruins, $968.31. Motion to approve, please.
Motion.
Second.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
I abstain.
Motion carries. Page 33, Goliad Auto Parts, $194.07. Motion to approve, please.
Motion.
Second.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
I abstain.
Motion carries. Page 35, Highway Garage, $1,134. Motion to approve, please.
So move.
Second.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Opposed?
One abstention.
Motion carries. Page 37, Commissioner Edwards, $1,167.60. Motion to approve, please.
So move.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed?
And I abstain.
Motion carries. And page 37, Commissioner Brumby, $1,103.68. Motion to approve, please.
So moved.
Second.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. The remainder of the consent agenda, questions? If not, I need a motion to approve, please.
So moved, Judge.
Second.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. The first thing on our agenda is to approve the proposed tax rate for the 2021-22 fiscal year. Need a motion to approve that, please.
What is the number, Judge?
I'm sorry?
What is the number, the tax rate?
The ad valorem rate is .712149.
I'll make the motion to approve the tax rate of .71249.
Need a second, please.
Is that the combined rate?
We can do them separately or together.
That's a separate tax rate.
Say again, Commissioner?
The special is .079664. Rusty, what's the combined rate on that?
791813.
Need a motion to approve those together as combined.
I make the motion to approve the ad valorem of .712149, the special as .079664 for a combined of .791813.
Motion to approve that, please.
report that I've had 2 commissioners and 3 taxpayers saying that the notice in the newspaper was incorrect. Instead of generating $26 per $100,000 value, it said $2,600 per 100,000 value. So I believe our notice that's required in the local government code has failed. And I would recommend that you not take any action on that until we can verify that. I have not seen it myself, so therefore I would think that we could recess this issue till tomorrow and look in the Victoria Advocate and the Goliad paper to see if that's accurate.
I'm going to recommend that we go ahead and pass it. In the event that we had a typo in our advertisement, then we can revisit it. There's no harm, no foul there. Or maybe you can explain to me why that's an issue.
Well, because you're approving a tax rate that hasn't been properly noticed.
That's hearsay.
Well, that's why I suggest you recess this until tomorrow so we can verify it. I have it from 2 commissioners and from 3 taxpayers. I have not seen it, either have you. And we don't know if it's accurate or not.
So
But
what's
the
the
people,
issue with passing it, and if we have to revisit it after another 10-day notice? Sir?
what's the problem with making sure we do it?
I'm asking questions. You can answer them, sir.
Okay. The issue is I like to do things correctly.
Yes, sir.
I don't want to hurry and make mistakes.
Okay.
You have a propensity to do things quickly, and you make mistakes. So therefore, I recommend we recess it and confirm. If it's accurate, then we're good. Then we can vote on it tomorrow.
Right. And in the
And
event that
if it's not accurate and you take action today, then that just shows how sloppy we are.
Sir, if we had a misprint in the paper, it already shows how sloppy we were. But in the event that it's just a typo, I don't believe that overrides the effectiveness of the notice, and being as you haven't, nor have I seen it, I see no harm. You never did answer my question. What's the harm of passing this? And if we need to come back and revisit it, is that illegal?
It's a credibility issue. I think if you pass it, it shows that you're in a hurry and you don't care if you make mistakes.
Sir, we do care.
Well, if you
Don't
did,
put words in my mouth.
all I'm saying is all you got to do is recess this and let's confirm it tomorrow. What is the hurry to do it tonight? Wouldn't it be better to do it correctly than to do it
Mr.
incorrectly?
Bramani, you have given me your opinion, and I greatly appreciate it. Thank you.
Judge, I'm looking at that misprint right here in our packet.
So it shouldn't have the 073.
That should be a decimal point over.
Right. So that negates the entire. So other than public perception, is there anything illegal with doing this? Other than the public perception, is there anything illegal about doing this?
If you give an incorrect
Sir,
notice
if you're
in the
not going to answer
newspaper,
the question, I don't need you to talk to me.
no,
Thank you.
it is illegal.
It's illegal?
Yeah, you cannot put in the paper a rate and adopt something else.
Have you looked in the other paper?
I have not.
Okay.
Well, we have one paper that
And
has
we
it
used
incorrectly with a
We also
larger,
had it correct on the website as well.
but the website doesn't count. It talks about published in a newspaper of general circulation.
Right.
That's the law, not my opinion. That's just the
I know.
law.
I know.
So what's the problem
This
in
was
waiting and
obviously-
do it
look,
correctly?
Look, I've heard your opinion. Thank you. So what's your pleasure, gentlemen? What would you like to do?
Well, I'd like to see it be corrected and the correct projections put in the local newspaper so we can adopt the correct.
Okay, can you
Tax
put that in form of a motion?
I'll put that in the form of a motion, yes, sir. To put the correct notices in the papers that you run them in.
And we need a second on that, please?
Well, I got a question. So if it was correct in the Victoria paper, the Goliad paper was wrong or the Victoria paper?
All this is all hearsay, we don't know. So,
Well, can we meet tomorrow night? I'm not gonna be here in 2 weeks, so.
Yeah, we can meet tomorrow night, recess it till tomorrow.
I have a statement also. In a previous Commissioners Court meeting several years ago, it was brought up that the local paper is the newspaper of record. The Victoria Advocate is not.
it is, the Victoria Advocate is
So the Commissioners Court did change that from the local.
no, we went and got an opinion on that as to what constitutes a paper of record.
Even though the
It has
commission,
wider circulation and it's available county-wide.
Okay.
It's available to everyone in the county, and there's a fourth one, but it met all the criteria.
and our local paper does not meet those requirements.
It does indeed. The problem with the local paper is they publish once a week, and it cuts into our time frames.
I understand that, but my understanding was it was voted on in Commissioners Court to be the paper of record. So whether it's published once a week or every day, the Commissioners Court approved that 6, 7, 8 years ago.
Okay, I have no way of being aware of that, but I will tell you that the Advocate definitely qualifies.
Correct. And so does the local weekly paper, I'm assuming then, even though it doesn't meet the number of papers that's delivered to? I mean, is there a number that if they only,
It's not a number. It has to be widely circulated within the county, available county-wide. There's an Attorney General's opinion on it,
Okay.
which I don't have with me.
And I happen to agree with the county judge on that, so I don't see it as a problem. I think it's wise to do it in both. But to answer Commissioner Brune's issue is, we can recess this, we can do all the business except this tax rate and recess the Commissioners Court till tomorrow, and then verify if it's in both.
But if it's wrong, then there's
gotta
no
start
point in
over.
meeting tomorrow night.
That's right. And I don't know that it's wrong. I haven't seen anything.
Sir?
I don't know if it's wrong. I haven't seen anything. All I know is what the commissioners have been telling me. And 3 taxpayers.
I didn't check the paper. I just know that what our packet is put out on the website. So if this is accurate, then this went out over the website with this flaw in it.
Okay, I need a second to,
Judge, I'd like to amend my motion, if I may, to recess this particular item till tomorrow.
well, you have to recess all the first 4 items.
Okay. We'll recess the first 4 items then.
Okay. I need a second on that, please.
I'll second.
All in favor? Opposed? Motion
Motion
carries.
for it, yes.
I'm sorry?
I said I was late with my aye, but I'm aye for recessing it till tomorrow.
That'd be great, Sheriff. All right. Item number 8, approval of the order setting the salaries for the court reporters. These are set by the district judge. I don't think we did. All in favor of skipping these first 4 items and waiting till we know if it was right or not? I need all in favor?
Judge, I was going to say, if I may, the one on the budget, we can approve that. I mean, the one we're talking about is the tax rate. Is that correct?
I think it's all intertwined, and let's just do it all at one time.
Okay.
All right.
So,
All in favor of stopping any action on the first
how many?
7 items,
7.
4 through 7, signify by saying aye.
Would be,
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right. Approval of the order setting the salaries of court reporters. Are you going to talk about that, or? These are set by the district judges. So if we don't have any questions, I just need a motion to approve that, please.
So moved.
Second?
I'll second it, Judge.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Commissioner Edwards, discussion and action regarding request to approve a replat of Perdido Point subdivision.
Yes, sir. I was approached back in July by a couple of people that live out there about redrawing their plats. They had a couple of lots next to each other, and they wanted to just replat them into one lot. I passed that on to Pam, and she looked up all the requirements that we need to do to cover everything and sent out the necessary letters, and everyone's been notified. And to my knowledge, it's all been, no one has said anything negative to doing this. So by that, I would say I'd make a motion that we accept these plats and put them into the records.
Need a second on that, please?
Do we have a copy of the plat, Commissioner?
I've got them.
Okay,
I've got them right here.
okay. I'll second that motion, Judge.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 10, discussion and take necessary action regarding relocation of employees due to unsafe working conditions at the Goliad County Courthouse. And also, item number 11, discuss and take necessary actions regarding mold issue, water leaks, and other needed maintenance repairs at the Goliad County Courthouse. We've got Victoria Air. We're not getting any satisfaction out of Armor Air. We've got Victoria Air, and they're giving us a quote to redo the air conditioners that control the third floor. They haven't been maintained properly for a number of years. They're leaking water. There's mold issues. So they're giving us a quote, and I'll have that for you at the next meeting. But we have to address these issues.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
So
So you need a motion to go ahead and.
there's no action on either one of these. I'm just letting you know that we're doing what we think we need to be doing there.
Okay,
We've had them out here 5 or 6 times, and to no avail. So now we're going to do it right.
change companies.
Change companies, yeah.
Are we going to look at it, what's going on with the south side of the courthouse?
It's coming.
That's coming? Okay.
Yes, sir. All right.
Before you vote, I'd have a question about is this air conditioning overflow, or is this rainwater coming in from the roof? You're talking about the air conditioning people, so
We had a rainwater issue. I'll try to give you the Reader's Digest version. We had new windows put in the top of this courthouse in a contract that was let right before I arrived. And they came and they had new windows built and placed in window openings that some of them were rotten, and we're getting some leakage. I had the ones caulked that could be caulked, and we've stopped the leaks thus far. But we have, as we mentioned last time, we've got a lot of issues in this courthouse, and if we don't address them fairly soon, we're gonna pay for it in a big way. So,
But my question is, you were talking about some air conditioning company also?
no, you asked me if it was roof leaks or air conditioning, and we have window leaks, and we think we've arrested those for now. But the air conditioners is everything from dirty coils to pans with leaks in them, to drains that are not draining properly. They're trying to have water run uphill and everything attached to that.
And that's where the black mold is, no, I won't say black mold, that's where the mold issue is coming from the air
Not
conditioning?
completely. We've got hard metal ducts that is less than substantial, and the metal ducts are sweating and dripping down through the registers as well. So we have to correct all those issues.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So there's no action on either one of those items.
Well, number 10, you says relocate employees.
We think that we had a mold test done, and we did not find any harmful mold. I think the level was at 1,500, which is a lot less than it is outside. We've got it dried up for now, but I don't know how long it's going to last. But what we're planning on doing is replacing the hard metal duct with new duct, putting in new registers and new air handlers, as well as new outside units, which are on the second floor above the county attorney's office. It's going to require getting a crane out here. When the light bulb deal occurred, they chose all the units that were on the ground, and none were replaced that were up high. For whatever reason, I can't comment on that, but so we've got some units up on the second floor that have some real issues. So we're going to have to get a crane out here and replace them. And if we're going to get a crane out here, we might as well replace the ones, all of them that control the third floor. So that's our thought now. We're supposed to be getting a bid on it this week. They've already been out to do their inspection.
And what AC company was that again, Judge? I'm sorry.
Victoria Air.
Victoria Air. Okay, thank you.
I'm not sure if we voted on this yet or not.
There's no action on either one of
Okay,
those.
no action. Okay.
We're already taking action. The addition that was done a number of years back that handles the county attorney's office and a couple of other offices is falling away from the primary structure. The outside piers are failing for whatever reason, lack of groundwater or too much water, who knows? So if you look at the addition, it's a tight fit on the ground floor at the ground, and when you get up to the top of 3 stories up, the roof of the second floor, there's a gap that's about 1 inch wide. WJE, who is in order to be an architect and engineer on historical buildings, you have to be certified as such. WJE did they were the engineers on this project we just finished, and I had them out to have a look at it, and they've given us a proposal. And somewhere in this stack of stuff, it's here. Anyway, what we're wanting to do is go ahead and have the engineering company to come out and have a look at that and tell us what we think it's going to take to fix it. Y'all have any questions or comments?
Let's proceed with the project. We need to get it fixed up. This is our courthouse.
I'm sorry?
We need to get it fixed.
We need to get it fixed. We can't, I believe that some of the basement problems that are occurring below the clerk's office are a result of this falling away.
It's on page,
And the price is $36,250 total. And the county attorney approved it. I just don't have the signature page filled out, but he did approve it.
So I'll make a motion to proceed with this project.
Need a second on that, please?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Approval of the Vine Savins County Service Agreement Renewal Fiscal Year 2022. Is Lee here? Rusty, do you know anything about that one? It's the same as last year. I was expecting Lee to be here. Any questions about the Savins grant?
No, sir. Motion to approve it.
Second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Claudine here. Approve library board's recommendation of Ms. Sheila Edwards to the board committee. If no one has an issue with that, I need a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Second?
I'll second
it.
it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Approval of interlocal agreement between Goliad County Sheriff's Office and the Goliad County Livestock Coalition. You all have a contract. Mr. Doman made reference to it earlier. We've got Eddie Shelton in the room and some others. If you have any questions. This has been a long time in the process, and we think that it will stop what happened a few months ago from happening again.
Eddie, you don't want to get up and talk about it? I'm just kidding.
I believe we've all looked at it. If no one has any questions, I'd like to have a motion to approve it, please.
I do have one question, Judge.
Okay.
Mr. Shelton, I'm looking at number 13. I'm just interested if, it says here, if the owner or caregiver agrees to the reduction, the LC will provide manpower as requested and equipment to transport the animals to an auction barn at no expense to the owner or caregiver, and all proceeds from the sale will go to the owner. So you're willing to do that for every livestock owner? You're going to haul them to the barn?
I think what he's getting at is,
That's
I
an-
can't haul my cows Sunday. Can you come?
The way that interlocal agreement, Commissioner, is written, the sheriff contacts that organization, the Goliad Livestock Coalition, and if they agree to get involved, then they're agreeing to help that person. They're not agreeing to transport cattle for every cattle rancher in the county. It's only
I
when there's
understand
an
that.
abuse or neglect or a cruelty charge that comes into the SO, and the SO asks them to come out and evaluate it.
My question is that it seems like you're not going to do it for everyone that has a problem with the cattle. You're just going to do it for some. And I'm just wondering how you're going to, and I know it's no charge to the county. You guys are handling all this, but that if you don't do it for, let's just say, farmer A and farmer B, or rancher A, and then rancher B says, well, hey, you did it for A, I want you to do it for me too, haul it for no expense, and yet he has the equipment to do it. You're willing to do it for each and every one of them? Okay. I just thought that was strange, but that's up to you guys.
Anyone else? If not, I need a motion to approve that, please.
So move.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 16, approval of the seal coat bid award.
Everybody has a copy of the,
Everybody's got a copy of it.
I've got one. I don't know if the
Need a
other.
motion to approve that, please.
I'll make a motion to approve
Second.
H&C Construction Company for the Seal Coat Award.
Second, please.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Discussion and action to approve the 2021-2022 county attorney pretrial diversion budget.
I'll pass it to Rob.
Do y'all have a copy of it?
Yes.
So, as the sheriff has been explaining to us for the last few months, there's been an increase in activity, and therefore my office as well as the district attorney's office has increased. So we are dedicating more time to the pretrial diversion program. That program is funded by the fees we collect, so no taxpayer money is spent on this program at all, including the supplies and stamps and everything else we need.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Your assistant works 40 hours a week,
That's correct.
and when this came up several years ago, somehow or another, she had this reimbursement pay added to her regular check. So she got a $5,000 a year raise as a result of that. My question is this: all of the information that I have on this says that the way it's supposed to work is that the pretrial diversion fund is meant to reimburse the county for money that was spent to administer the pretrial diversion. So I'm wondering how that works. This was not intended to be a raise. This was intended to reimburse the county for any expenses incurred in administering the pretrial diversion plan. I took the liberty of calling TAC, Bob Bass. I have a booklet. I have an article by Jim Allison, and we talked to Catherine Howard, and all of them concur that this is for reimbursement. So I guess what I'm saying is this: if your assistant works 34 hours on county time and she works 6 hours with the pretrial diversion, then the county pays for the entire 40 hours, and then there's a transfer made for whatever the payroll and burden and any other expenses to cover that 6 hours, and it goes into the treasurer's fund to make the county whole again. Is that your understanding?
No, sir.
Okay. Well, you might want to recheck that.
I'll be glad
We
to.
have checked it every way we know to check it.
Why don't you share with me the stuff you have?
Sir,
Why don't you share with me the information you
I'll
have?
be happy to do that after the meeting.
Okay, I'd appreciate it.
All right. So, I'm not a lawyer, but I'm sure that all the lawyers we talk to are right about this, so I don't know how this plays into the budget. I honestly don't think it affects the budget, because rather than the extra 6 hours pay going to the assistant, that money will simply go back into the Treasurer's General Fund. Is that correct, Mr. Howard? That's correct? Okay. So that's what we're seeing. And if that's not the case, then we'll continue on like we've been going the last 2 years. But I'm fairly sure that that is the case. So maybe we can put this one on hold as well until we get it figured out. Questions? It doesn't affect the budget. It doesn't affect the taxpayer. Well, actually it does, because the 6 hours that's coming out of the county treasurer's fund, out of our ad valorem taxes, goes to pay your assistant as it is, and in reality that money needs to go back into the treasurer's fund, because that's what it states in all the opinions that we have. So you stated in your letter that she wrote us that she works 40 hours. So if she's doing 34 on county business and 6 hours doing the pretrial diversion, then the county will go ahead and pay for that entire 40-hour week, and then the treasurer's fund will be reimbursed from the pretrial diversion fee fund, and the county will be made whole again for that 6 hours.
Right, but as far as affecting the budget, if what you say is correct, that's $4,000 she's getting paid out of a $7 million budget. I don't see how that affects the budget.
Well, I know that you're a stickler for getting everything legal and just right, so we want to make sure that this is legal and just right. Okay.
Rusty.
Step up here, would you, please?
Okay. Let me show you all a couple things on this. Once I got a copy of the county attorney's email, I made sure that we budgeted a reimbursement to the county for the cost of the payroll and the taxes. If you look on page 3 of the budget that I gave y'all, page 3, there's a transfer in county attorney pretrial diversion for $7,528.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody see that?
Yeah, I see it.
So that's money that the pretrial diversion, that's been transferred from pretrial diversion into the general fund to reimburse the general fund for those 6 hours a week wages and the associated taxes. If you go to page 17 of the budget, on the second line item, you see salary secretary of $37,119. That is wages paid at 32 hours per week at her hourly rate, of course, with the pay increase. Okay? So that takes care of the
Burden.
well, that takes care of the portion of the county. That makes sense? So we're paying her 34 hours a week out of the county and 6 hours a week pretrial diversion. Okay? If you go down and look at the fifth line item, you see salary secretary pretrial diversion reimbursement.
Okay.
So that's the 6 hours a week annualized at the secretary's rate with the rate increase. So she's paid 80 hours per pay period at the revised rate. That's all paid out of the general fund. If you go back to that revenue page, that's where the county's getting reimbursed for the wages, property taxes, et cetera.
Gotcha.
Retirement. That make it any clearer?
So the way this went is somehow or another it went in as a pay raise as opposed to making the county whole as a reimbursement, which is what it's supposed to be. And all we're doing is returning it back after 2 years. I'm not inclined to go after the money that's already been paid out. It was not the employee's fault. But we do need to halt it and get it right because we want to do everything right. So that's, if y'all have any questions, please ask them.
The $1,000 difference would be the Social Security and the health insurance, I'm assuming on that? Because it's
No, I didn't include the
65.
health insurance. I just added Social Security, Medicare,
Okay.
retirement.
That would bring it up to what, the 75, the 75,
That's right.
28? Okay.
That's right. Well, and unemployment insurance, let me add that. Now, if we added this on top, you'd have a secretary making more than your JPs, more than some of your elected officials.
So Rusty, there's no reason why we can't go ahead and approve the pretrial diversion budget, is that correct? Because it's already in this budget.
To transfer the monies related to the secretary's salary, it's in here.
Okay,
Now, I think there were a couple of line items for office supplies, whatever.
right. So we can go ahead and pass this. He's got it inserted. You know, motion to approve the county attorney's pretrial diversion budget.
So move.
Second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Public announcements. Anyone have a public announcement?
I got one thing. We've been contacted by the retirees, some of the retired employees about raises, and we've looked into this before, and it goes back to the state and I think TAC. But so I contacted TAC, and they gave me a phone number for any retirees that are, you know, want to look into this. But it doesn't have anything to do with the county court or the county to give retirees raises. So anybody's concerned, I do have this phone number if they want to call Austin and ask these questions and maybe get some of this information.
This probably should go on an agenda item rather than, this isn't really public announcements.
Oh, okay.
So if you
Well, I
want to
just
put it on
wanna-
the agenda for next go-around, we can.
I was just on
cut it up.
the phone number that was on.
Need a motion to adjourn, please.
So move, Judge.
So moved.
Second?
Second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.